Bump, bump, ba-da, bump, bump. Ring. Maybe we can get some lasers today.
Can we get lasers outside?
There we
They're
go.
still winners.
They're still winners. They won 4 in a row. The Dodgers trying to stay hot this weekend. A big series coming up in San Francisco against the Giants. Welcome to the Blue Review, presented by LAX. I'm Marcus Grant with Greg Bergman and Parker Bell. And you guys are in a different space today.
Yes, we are.
not the normal studio today. For the folks who don't know, where are you?
We are at Black Gold Country Club for the 12th annual ESPN LA Golf Classic. So it's
12th annual.
It's a 12th annual. Yep.
Wow.
We've been doing it for quite some time here at Black Gold in Yorba Linda. So yeah, Parker's outside. You can actually see the beautiful golf course. I am in the conference room right across from one. Chris Morales. Chris, say hello.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. So this week he gets the outside beauty, and I got Morales.
Yeah, this is. So I was joking with you guys. This was like a few weeks ago. You guys were at Legends Attic, and it was kind of something similar where like Parker was outside in the parking lot, and it was like sunny and bright, and you were in the back office somewhere.
Right, because he was like walking around using his phone to be on the show, and so he's better. Parker, he gets the outside stuff.
It is
beautiful. Like you're in a beautiful spot. I'm jealous.
Absolutely beautiful day out here at Yorba Linda. So we're gonna get a lot of fun stuff out here, Greg, over at Black Gold, and a lot of fun content. So if you aren't able to be here, even if you can't make it for the 19th hole party, you can follow along on ESPN LA socials. So it's gonna be a great day.
Very cool. Very cool. Be sure to check that out when and where you can today. And if you have the chance, go on out, hang out. As Chris Morales would say, press the flesh.
That's right. Press the flesh.
With some of the folks and hang out over there. First, want to give a shout out, as we always do, to LAX, transforming the travel experience, saving guests time. Generally just hopefully making your journeys easier. For more information, you can go to flylax.com/transforminglax. Dodgers off yesterday. They are now 2.5 games up on the Padres because, no surprise to anybody, the Rockies could not muster a win down in San Diego. Odds, Greg, that the Rockies get one of the next 3. I don't really like those chances.
Not great, but I mean the Rockies are still. The Padres are losing games that they shouldn't, just like the Dodgers for a long time were losing games that they shouldn't. So I could see the Rockies taking at least one of them. So which would be helpful just in general.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be helpful if that could happen. Of course, the Dodgers have to keep winning. That's kind of the biggest thing more than anything else. I know we're all sort of watching the scoreboards and everything, but as long as the Dodgers keep winning, everything else tends to work itself out. So there we go.
Yeah.
Since we didn't have a game last night to talk about, I was trying to figure out something that we could dive into today. I was thinking maybe try to put together a look at what we think the playoff roster is going to be. I know we talked sort of pitching staff, but playoff rosters, because look, everybody's healthy again, heading into this stretch run. You're hoping to have everybody here. And so that means that some guys are going to have to go. We've seen Justin Dean was already sent down.
Dalton Rushing
will be coming back. So that means Ben Rortvet's time is very limited at this point in the roster. The question really does become what happens in the outfield. Right now, Greg, I look at it as, with Tommy Edman back, Michael Conforto's probably not going to play. Alex Call's not going to play. It feels like one of those guys ends up getting bumped off the playoff roster.
So, yeah, I do. I think that too. I would obviously, everyone knows my feelings about Michael Conforto. I've made it pretty clear. I just don't know who that secondary bat out there is going to be, because if you're going to have Tommy Edman, Pages, and Teoscar, which hopefully they're going to switch at some point on their positioning. I would rather see Alex Call. I know that he is not hitting. He's not a very big hitter. He's not going to get you, but he's that professional at bat that Andrew Friedman he said he was coming over from Washington. Conforto, I just don't see him being the guy that you're like, hey, we need a big hit in the 8th or a bunt or something like that. Let's bring up Michael Conforto. That just doesn't work for me. However, I think it's going to be him. I think he's going to be on the roster. If they ever put Tommy Edman at second base, Conforto is going to be out there instead of Alex Call, instead of Ha-Seong Kim, instead of all those things. That's what I think is going to happen, but I don't think I don't want that to happen. I would prefer Hesong Kim being in or Kike Hernandez or, not Conforto, but I think they still leave him on. I think they still leave him on because he was starting to hit a little bit, and that's what they're going to look at.
I also think, Parker, some of it is just they want another left-handed bat in the lineup occasionally to try and play matchups with. I know it hasn't really worked out, but I feel like, look, I've said this before. There's some part deep down inside of me that's maybe wish casting a little bit, but thinks Michael Conforto goes on some kind of run in the postseason. I guess the long and short of it, Parker, is I think we should expect to see at least a handful of Conforto at bats in the playoffs.
Yep. Do we need a handful? I mean, maybe like a grain of just a little, prick of them, but I don't know. It is going to be Conforto, just because for the reasons you mentioned, Greg, analytics wise, how this team runs things in the postseason, will say you need a lefty. So he will be there. And that's just that. I mean, I know that the chat doesn't want to hear it. I know Mason is going to call him, Steve Mason's going to call him O for Fordo?
Yeah, O for Fordo. Yeah, that was Mason was very late on that joke. We made that joke 4 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, Mason, Boomer, you're going to be like, all the TikToks that are popping, you're going to see them on IG Reels 5 months later.
Right. That's Mason. So, yeah.
But I think to your guys' point, the tricky part is this offense and who will be there, because I'm pretty sure we have a solidified pitching rotation, but there are one or two names who might sneak in and make things a little bit interesting when you talk about some of these guys like Roki, who are making some waves, might be back soon, and they're going to have talks with Dave Roberts. But in terms of the offense, it's still up in the air. This is going to be weird seeing who performs in auditions for this October.
So,
go ahead. Yeah,
no, I think that is interesting because we assume that it's going to be Conforto. We assume that it's not going to be Call Kike is going to be on the roster no matter what, or Kim. But these last couple of weeks, that's what it's going to come down to. If Michael Conforto gets some playing time and he hits well and he does well, then he's going to be there. If he does not, or they stop giving him run, then that means that he's not going to be there. If Alex Call is your defensive replacement, because I think that's the more important thing too for the guy that's going to be coming off the bench. He's not going to be a starter. So if he's coming off the bench, you need to be a defensive guy. And that's obviously not Conforto. He's fine. He's serviceable in left field, but you want somebody that's good in left field, someone that's actually going to make a big outstanding play like, Curse Taylor in 2017 against the Brewers or something like that. Alex Call can be that guy. So I'm switching it up on myself right now, but I think, or maybe I'm just trying to not have Conforto on the roster, but I still think that's going to be the more important thing, being the defensive replacement. So that's where I think I hope they go with.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we had a vote, which of course we don't, I do feel like it would be cast in favor of Alex Call just for the reasons you mentioned. I mean, I think he hits enough. I think he's certainly hit better than Conforto. Granted, fewer at bats with the Dodgers, but I think he's hit better than Conforto, and he gives you a better defense in the outfield. Which that to me might be I won't say the biggest red flag about this team, but it is a big one. That the corner outfielders especially have just been really bad defensively all year long. So that just anything that can help in that regard, I think is going to make a big deal. I know Teo's playing better. Do you think they still move him to left field, Greg?
I still move him to left field 100%. Playing better is a slight adjustment. It is not a full-time it's not a full thing. So, and the Cappy is just walking in. So, Cap, just give me one moment.
Does Cappy want to come in and talk some Dodgers?
Cappy is more than welcome to come talk some Dodgers.
Cappy, thoughts on Teoscar Hernandez?
Is he shaving? What's happening back there?
So Teo should move over to left. Because now that you have Edmund back, I think they're going to make that move eventually, but they don't want to make it until they're ready to make it, not push him back and forth, because they're still going to try and get Conforto run or get Kike run or whatever it is. They're not going to put those guys into right field. So I feel like they're leaving him there just for that.
Yeah, I think that's.
But it will happen. It will happen. He played left he played left field all last year. He
Yeah.
can play left field. It's not going to be a big adjustment period for him. Left field is the easier space.
It's absolutely the easier space there. Saw a couple of comments in the chat about Haesung Kim. Parker, like, I don't have any doubts that he's going to be on the roster. I just wondered, is he a guy that we see a lot of outside of, say, pinch running, maybe some late inning defense? It feels like the way things are going right now, it might be Miguel Rojas, I think, who's going to be kind of the more regular second baseman when we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, Miguel Rojas will be. You look at how he was hitting and how he closed out this season at the plate. That's what's going to help drive this offense. But, I mean, Greg mentioned it with the Alex calls of the rosters. When you do need late-game adjustments, it's more defensive-minded. And you look at all the analytics. I'm having all these golf equipment people come by while I'm out here.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay, good. But, yeah, I totally have to agree. Rojas, especially with his veteran experience, if you're going to be in a series where, let's say, the Dodgers do end up in a wild card position, knock on wood, but you're going to want somebody who's been there before. If you have like just a one game, you need to win. My money would definitely be on a Miguel Rojas in terms of over Kim or somebody with youth who hasn't been there before.
Yeah, Greg, your feelings about Kim versus Rojas? I mean, it was nice that stretch he had early when he was hitting, but that seems to be long gone right now.
Yeah. So Kim, to me, is kind of like what Kevin Kiermaier was for us last year, and then wasn't on the roster for the most part. Is that he's a guy he's a late game pinch runner. If you need somebody to come in and lay down a bunt, he's not ready. Kim is not ready for the big leagues just yet, and he's proven it time and time again. He doesn't understand the strike zone. He's not hitting velocity. He's not really hitting at all. He's just a wild swinger right now, and that's just not something that you can have. If you're bringing him in to do nothing but to bunt or to be a pinch runner, I get it, but otherwise I don't see him making this roster because he just hasn't stepped up enough in the opportunities that he had.
Well, hopefully, unlike Kevin Kiermaier, he does not retire at the end of the season. So.
And Rojas has been great. So, yeah, Rojas at second. I'm all on board Rojas at second.
Miguel Rojas.
Defender, and he's hitting. I'm totally fine with Rojas.
Yeah, you know what? I think even in the worst moments of the season for this team, when they couldn't hit anything, I always felt weirdly okay with Miguel Rojas at the plate. Like, I just felt like even when everything was going bad, even if he wasn't getting on base, he was at least putting together good quality at bats. He was giving you good swings. He was, generally hitting the ball hard. And I know we talked earlier at the season about, is time catching up? Is father time catching up to Miguel Rojas? Can he be an everyday guy? And for the most part, he really has filled in very well for this team. So you give me Miguel Rojas any day. On this roster with the way he has played. So I guess the other big thing with this this roster in the playoffs is the back end of the bullpen, right? I mean, we've kind of tinkered with the rotation. I see you scratching your head already, Greg, because that's
Scott's a lock. Mark it.
I mean, he's a lock to be on the roster. The question is, is he the ninth inning guy? Which, I know Dave is trying to make everything happen to make sure that Tanner Scott is the ninth inning guy. But I'm just kind of going through this pitching staff and trying to figure out who are the odd guys out. I mean, does Jack Dreyer make it? We see Ben Kasparius got sent down to OKC. I'm trying to figure out who ends up sort of being left out in the cold from this bullpen when it's all said and done.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Michael Kopech is going to be somebody that gets left off the roster as of right now. You cannot be wild the way that he's wild. He cannot find the plate. He has a chance to still make the roster. I think he has a better chance between him and Kirby Yates. I think Kirby is not anywhere near this roster when it's time. No chance. I think it's very, very low. Kasparius, I do think makes the roster, but I think Kopech is the one that's kind of like a high leverage guy that you want to have on there and hope that he figures it out before October. But the one thing you can't do as a reliever is walk guys. And he walks multiple of them. Like, I love the fact that Alex Vesia got out of that the other day, but Kopech put him in a position to bring in Vezina. We can't have that in the postseason.
Who would you rather? Okay, Parker. Seventh inning, 1-run game. Maybe there's a guy on base. You got to go to the bullpen. Do you want Michael Kopech? Do you want Edgardo Henriquez?
Right now, Henriquez. I honestly am going straight to Henriquez, especially in the seventh, in that type of position where you just want some speed, some energy, get that ball past the hitter, going Henriquez, and Kopech just can't find the strike zone. It's just the thing is, Roberts really believes in these guys, and I get that. He's not necessarily the big hoorah guy, but he's definitely behind the scenes the guy to say, like, I believe in you. You can turn it around. So this whole September, we're going to see everybody. We're going to see Brock Stewart, of course, when he comes back. We're going to get a taste of what this could look like in the playoffs. And I think what's interesting about that is if we see Kirby Yates continue to just go down the drain, Kopech down the drain, yeah, they're completely off. And we're going to have to make decisions about young guys, who's ready and who isn't.
You look like you had something there, Greg. Oh, Beto!
We're getting Beto to ran on.
Beto!
See, we
lost your mic, though, Greg. I don't think we have your...
Might have to hop in those settings and change the audio.
We lost Greg's mic.
Oh, you lost the mic?
Now you're back. There you are.
There you go.
Now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good morning, guys.
Morning,
Beto
Beto.
Duran.
Now, I got to say this. I told Greg I was coming here to the golf tournament. I want to be part of the Blue Review because I do watch in the mornings when I'm getting ready to take the kid to school, right?
Appreciate
You
it.
guys are on in the background. Let me tell you this. What I like about the Dodgers right now is that you don't know what you're going to get with the Dodgers.
You like that?
Yes. You know why?
I'd like to know what I'm getting
Because
on a daily basis.
That's the problem, Greg. Because at least you know that there's potential for them to get better, right? I was talking to somebody who said if this was a team that was reeling and going back-to-back games, back-to-back series where it just continues to get worse and worse and worse, there's your concern. But you've noticed the starting pitching has gotten a lot better. It's getting healthy, right? Kirby Yates, bye. Conforto, bye. A bunch of those guys, bye. But is there room for concern? Yeah, because the whole season's been room for concern. But you're starting to see a team with 2 series left that is starting to gel a little bit more instead of falling apart. So the other day, it now looks like Greg was talking about this. Whenever you have a starting pitcher, what happens? He's going to give you 5 no-hit innings, right? They're not getting shelled early. So that was one thing that somebody told me, like, hey, just tell your Dodger fans that they have starting pitching, which in the past they didn't, and it was a concern because you had to get to the bullpen. Now it looks like you're going to have guys going 6, 7 because Dave is going to have to use those guys.
I know.
Oh God, the 6, 7 things. Okay, all right, but hey, to the point. I don't know if you've heard this is my biggest thing right now.
I know.
Do you like the piggyback plan? Do you like the piggyback plan? Yamamoto to Glasnow, Snell to Kershaw, or you can even flip that if you really need to, and Ohtani to Sheehan.
Yes, I like what you're going there. Why? Because you have to do something to try to figure it out. Because the traditional way is not going to work with them because there are so many holes. But I think Marcus, you might have mentioned this not too long ago, or I forget who it was, but the taxing that the bullpen is taking by throwing innings, because guys are not just because they're throwing, it's the guys who are getting up every night to go get loose, to go in for an inning, where the guys might think that they've been done, but they're leaving a lot of pitches in that bullpen where guys need a day off, right? Yesterday was a blessing for him having a day off because arms get rested. But I'm talking about where, hey, you get a call in the 5th inning, you're like, damn it, I got to get loose right now. All right. That's an extra 20, 30 pitches. Then you got to go and throw, and you might only get 1 or 2 guys, right? Because guys are just so worn out. That's the huge concern for the playoffs. But in the playoffs also, as somebody else told me, Beto, the way that they spread it out, because you don't play every single day in the playoffs. Yeah. You have the games, you take a break. And then now with the TV, how they draw it out, so your arms are going to be given an extra day of rest. Not that it's a huge thing, but it's something that you can look into right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely makes a difference. And it does feel so different this year. You mentioned, Beto, last year, they needed that bye because they needed to get their pitching staff in order because, the starters just were worn out. this year, the starters are coming together at the right time. And so now, yeah, you've got the bullpen issues, but if you get your frontline guy that gets you through 6, maybe 7 innings, I tried to not say it the other way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Get 6, maybe 7 innings, then you don't have to worry about that bullpen as much. So, it does feel a little bit differently this year, which maybe is a good thing, Parker, because if they end up in the wild card, that means they don't have that week to sort of get themselves in order. The other part of it, Parker, maybe it's good for them to be in the wild card because they're playing well. Maybe don't take a week off. Like I think like that actually
15 means rest.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But I think to the point of pitching 6, 7 innings, pitching in the postseason completely different. As we know, than pitching in the regular season. And if you look at the two of the 3 main guys, Snell and Glasnow, I think Snell's and Glasnow each have performed in 10 playoff games, and at this point, Snell has not completed 6 innings in any of them, and Glasnow's done it twice only. And you look at Yamamoto, who went last year, I think 6 innings. He crossed it once in the 4 starts he had. So there's that conversation of if we're going to see a World Series run from this Dodgers team, it's going to have to be a generational starting pitching run because the bullpen heavy style that they went with the last few years, it's just not going to work with this back end of the bullpen.
The good news is they've been on a generational run. You sent us the tweet this morning, Parker. Over the last 5 games, Dodgers starting pitchers have racked up 49 strikeouts while holding their opponents to an .091 batting average. Only time in the modern era any MLB team starters have notched 45 or more strikeouts with a sub-100 opponent batting average over any 5-game span. It's definitely fun with sample sizes, but it's pretty good also at the same time.
I mean, that's what baseball is, right? Baseball is all just different sample sizes and the weirdest stats that you can come up with. They're 3-2 when in day games on the Saturday that come up on the 4th of the month and all this other weird kind of stuff. But that it really is what you're seeing at the Dodgers pitching staff is everything that you wanted to. It's what we've been talking about all year long. Like just wait till this staff gets healthy and let's see what it is. This should be one of the best pitching staffs in Major League history because they have number 1 guys up and down the lineup. That's why the piggyback plan to me works because you have 6 number 1 guys on other teams, and that's just kind of how it is. So, yeah, they're pitching. This weird to be thinking of it as we're going into the postseason probably in the next couple of weeks, and with the best pitching staff that we could have, and now your lineup is now all healthy all the way through. As long as Will Smith is okay, I don't know if there was an update on him because from the swelling, but that. You're looking at a team that is going to be very, very, very scary as long as they can put it all together and not repeat what they did with Cincinnati.
Yeah. So next step in the process begins tonight in San Francisco. They head out to take on the Giants. 7:15 first pitch. Very tasty pitching matchup, at least on paper. Yoshinobu Yamamoto going against Justin Verlander. Ooh. So should look forward to that, which should be a lot of fun. Giants playing some really good baseball right now, too. It definitely helps that they got to beat up on the Rockies and the Cardinals along the way, but playing very well and very much in the hunt for that last wild card spot, too. Yeah. So
Dodgers sweep.
Oh, look at that. Beto calling sweep. I'll say they have to win 2 or 3. They have
you know
to.
What? Because it's Friday, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna back Beto. I'm gonna
say
Dodgers sweep.
Because every time a team that comes in with some heat that needs something, what do the Dodgers do? Step it up.
That's when they play their best. It is. It's when they play their best baseball.
Frustration.
Let's do it.
Bye, guys.
So,
see you, Beto.
So yeah, let's get this done. We should see what happens this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be back with you, of course, on Monday to wrap it all up. Of course, if you have a chance, head on out to Black Gold Country Club in Yorba Linda. Hang out with the folks. Press the flesh again. Party, oh party. Did I do that right? So want to thank the folks, of course, in the chat. We always appreciate you guys hanging out and contributing. I want to thank the folks at LAX as well. And that'll do it for this edition of the Blue Review presented by LAX. Stick around all day on the ESPN LA YouTube channel out there, Black Gold Country Club. A lot of great sights and sounds and people all day long. So check it out. And, of course, we'll be back with you on Monday. 6:30 to 6:55 here on the Blue Review. For Parker, for Greg, I am Marcus. Think Blue. We'll see you on Monday, everybody.
See you.